Yeah, you think respect is something they hand out like candy, don't you? That they'll look at you, see your good heart, and say, "Oh, here it is, kid. You've earned it." Nah, it doesn't work that way. Respect is something you gotta rip out of their hands, force it down their throats until they choke on it. They won't give it willingly. They never will. You've been walking around hoping they'd see your worth, hoping they'd give you a seat at the table. But they've been laughing at you. Every time you turned your back, every time you gave an inch, they took miles. They spit on you. You don't even know it, but every time you walked away with your head down, they laughed. You want them to stop? You want them to finally look at you and see something other than a joke? It's simple, but it's not easy. It's not a fairy tale. You're gonna have to bleed for it. Oh yeah, bleed, cry, and claw your way up until they have no choice but to bow to you. Until they have no choice but to fear you. They don't give respect to people like us. We're not born with it, you know. We don't have shiny last names or big, fat wallets to toss around. No. We're born at the bottom of the pit. We're the ones they step on to reach the top. And you've been letting them step on you, haven't you? You've been letting them grind you into the dirt. And why? Because you thought if you were good enough, if you just smiled, if you played by their rules, they'd let you in. But here's the kicker. They never intended to let you in. The game was rigged from the start, kid. You were never meant to win, and they knew that. They smiled in your face while they sharpened the knife for your back. That's how they operate.
Please take this short break from your video to support our channel by getting yourself merch. Enjoy the rest of the video.
It's all a game, a sick little game, and you're the piece they like to move around, but never let win. You feel that anger, don't you? That tightness in your chest, that fire in your belly? Yeah, that's what you need. That right there, that feeling, that's where you start. You gotta take that and mold it into something sharper. Something harder. Because here's the truth. You won't get respect with kindness. No one respects soft. You want them to respect you? You gotta make them fear you first. They're not gonna like it. Oh no. They'll fight it. They'll call you crazy. They'll call you a monster. But here's the thing. Respect and fear. They're two sides of the same coin. They don't have to love you. Hell, they don't even have to like you. But they will respect you if they fear what you can do. They will respect you if they know that crossing you has consequences. You think it's sad, don't you? You think it's wrong. You're sitting there, probably thinking, but I don't want people to fear me. I don't want to be like them. Well, newsflash, kid, you don't get to decide that. They've already decided for you. This world doesn't care about your feelings, your morals, your little, I just want to be a good person routine. No, this world chews up good people and spits them out. And you've been spit out too many times. Now, I'm not telling you to be like them. No, you're gonna be something different. Something more. They hide behind their masks of civility, but you're gonna be raw, real. You're gonna take off the mask and show them exactly what's underneath. Show them the scars they gave you. Show them the pain. Make them see what they created. And when they see it, when they finally get a good look at the beast they helped build, they'll have no choice but to respect you. Not because they want to, but because they'll be too afraid not to. You want to be liked? Fine, be liked. But know this, the people who like you won't stick around when things get tough. The moment the world turns on you, the moment you show a little bit of strength, they'll scatter. But the people who fear you, oh, they'll stick around. They'll respect you because they know you're not someone to be messed with. They'll respect you because they'll have no choice. It's sad, sure. It's not how things should be. But since when has this world ever been fair? Since when has anyone gotten what they deserve just by being good? Nah, good doesn't get you respect. Good gets you walked all over. You want to be respected? You gotta get dirty. You gotta get mean. You gotta show them that underneath all that kindness, all that goodness, there's something darker. Something that's been waiting to come out. They'll call you ruthless. They'll call you heartless. But what they call you doesn't matter. What matters is that they respect you. What matters is that when you walk into a room, they shut up. They stop laughing. They stop whispering. Because they know, oh, they know, you're not someone they can mess with anymore. They'll push you over and over again, testing your limits. They want to see how far they can go before you snap. They get off on it, watching you struggle. But you've been too nice, haven't you? You've let it slide. You told yourself, next time, I'll stand up for myself. But next time never came, did it? Because every time you thought about fighting back, that little voice in your head said, maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe they'll change. Spoiler alert, they won't. They never will. The only thing that changes people like that is fear. Fear of losing control over you. Fear of what you'll do when you finally wake up and stop playing by their rules. Look at you. You've been walking around with this fake smile, trying to please everybody. But deep down, you know you're not happy. You're angry. You're furious. And you're sad too. Because you gave them everything. And they gave you nothing in return. That's the worst part, isn't it? That sadness. It sits in your chest, heavy like a weight you can't shake off. Every time they ignored you, dismissed you, humiliated you, it added another layer to that sadness. And now, you're drowning in it. But here's the thing about sadness. It can be a weapon. It can turn into something sharp, something deadly, if you let it. But you're afraid of that, aren't you? Afraid to embrace what you really feel. afraid to admit that deep down you want to hurt them. You want them to feel the way they made you feel. That's where the power is, kid, in owning that darkness inside you, in accepting that maybe, just maybe, the only way to get through to them is to speak their language. You know what language that is? Pain, fear, consequence. They don't listen to words. They listen to actions. And when you start showing them that you're not the weak little person they thought you were, they'll take notice.